Good afternoon. How are you today? Well, it's cold, but not terribly cold. It's overcast. That's not so bad, and there's no wind. It's a perfect day. Um, there's a. We can start with a good story. Uh, the morning after pill, I would call it. Except this has nothing to do with birth control. It does have to do with life control. It is that Pfizer has manufactured a pill. Actually, you take 5 pills after you get the virus so it can diminish the terrible side effects of the virus. And the administration is getting ready to pump out 10 million courses. I suppose the course means of a set of 5 pills or whatever the number of pills you have to take to be effective. So that's kind of a good news story. Of course, there's always somebody out there who's prepared to question if this is a really good idea. And the ones who question are saying, well, now people think they shouldn't take the anti-vaccine. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm glad this is there. And I hope not to be one of the breakthrough candidates, that is somebody who's been now triple vaxxed, who somehow or other gets the virus. But this is good news for everybody. And if you try to limit your own risk, you never get to the point of needing these pills. But now they exist, and that's pretty exciting. When I broke out to go for a swim today, I was the only one in the pool, which is one of my requirements. I found out that this pool is empty. And so, except for a lifeguard who sits far enough away from me, I get to swim. And it's very good for my state of mind because I love and miss swimming. But nearby, there are a number of schools. And I noticed that there are so many students getting out when I managed to get there to swim that there are all these kids. None of them had masks on. None of the parents had masks on. And they all had to walk from cars to the school itself. And I don't mean it was a long walk, but it's a little chilling aside from the weather, to see these kids unprotected by masks and certainly distance. They were all right up against each other. And we all know how we were as kids, and we all know, if you've had kids, what that's like. And it's counterintuitive what we do in the face of this pandemic. And the numbers are going up, so that's a concern. Now, not that I've changed my mind about Liz Cheney, but I am somewhat surprised that Liz Cheney is now considered not a Republican in her home state because she's taken the position she has against Trump. Now, when I say she's not supported, the vote was almost equal, 29-31, something like that. 31 saying that she should be booted out of she cannot be considered a Republican. That's an interesting question. If she runs as a Republican, can the party bar her? Normally, I would say no. So that's going to be an interesting court case. But the significance of it, I think, is that this is a reinforcement of Trump as cult. Think about it. The only thing that she disagrees with the Republicans about is Trump, who lied to America about the election and is taking steps that are very anti-democratic, and that he was part of a coup that she's investigating as part of a select committee on the Hill. That, what kind of a picture is that? What party wants to be in that situation? Well, I think, again, this says something about the party of which he's a part. Some people said that they were interested in the story I told about a family couple and how he survived his wife and found his wedding ring lost in the fire, and what that meant to him. And I have another story that interests me. Representative Jackie Speier, I don't know if you know who she is, from California. And she went down to Jonestown with Congressman Ryan. And although they tried to kill her, they did kill Ryan, by the way, she survived it. She tried to run for his seat afterwards. She wasn't elected. She remained active and earned her spurs, if you will, in various positions in California, elected positions. And ultimately, she did become the congresswoman from California. Well, today she announced that she was retiring at 71. And you may have heard one or more interviews, but what she said was, I'm not leaving because of what's wrong with Congress. And she has discussed that, which is that when you disagree now, it can be a point of violence. It's not a point of just disagreement or bitterness or you're not friends or you don't talk. It is, now there are questions of violence involved. But her reason had to do with the fact that her husband, he's older and he's retired. And she's older and she wants to spend her time more with him because they haven't been able to see each other because of the demands of her representation traveling from California to DC. And so they're going to have another lease on life together, and she's going to remain active in California, but not any longer as a member of the Congress. So that's kind of a nice story about a person taking on a reasonable position. The Congress doesn't have enough people who actually really care about family. You know, you hear them from time to time say, I'm resigning to spend time with my family. Well, I don't think there's any question that Representative Spire means it. But other people say it usually as they're going out the door in the face of some scandal or other. And then all of a sudden they want to be with their family or their child or something like that. This has the ring of truth. And given what she's been through in her life, I mean, what a story. I think it's especially nice that she can be genuine and find a way to have, well, her final years, her wonderful years with her husband. So I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe it'll be warmer. They say it will be. And maybe the sun will be out. So have a good evening. Bye-bye.